to my YouTube channel. My name is Igwe Chedema, and if this is your first time of visiting my channel, you are very welcome. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to support me. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be making an asoebi dress for myself. My friend will be getting married by the 27th of this month. August. So I'm going to be making my asoebi dress, and I wanted to make this dress with a brown paper first of all to show us how to make a corset with a brown paper, to cut and sew a corset with a brown paper. But I ran out of brown paper, but I'm going to get some, and the place I do buy from, the lady said hers is finished as well, but she'll be going to the market um by the weekend. So expect our tutorial with brown paper by next week. Okay, so let's dive right into what we have for today. But please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. I love you. To start taking my measurements now, this is bridal satin. I wanted to make use of doll face for this cloth, but I couldn't get a doll face that matches the color of my lace, so I had to go for bridal satin. So here now I mark 17 inches and a half inch below for my sewing allowance, and that is my waistline. So on this top part I take 7 inches for my shoulders, and then coming down I mark 7.5 inches for my armhole. So marking 10 inches here now for my bust point and 13 inches for my under bust. So I go ahead and connect everything together with my ruler like so. So I'm labeling it now. This is my chest line, my bust point, the under bust, and then the waistline with a half inches below here, which is allowance. So the next thing I'll be taking now is the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4. So I'm going to mark 4 inches all the way down from the waistline to the chest line. I'll go ahead now and connect it with my ruler. Here at my underbust, I'll be going in by 2 inches, and I'll do the same thing at my waistline here, 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect it now. And the next thing I'm going to do is to use my curve ruler to connect it from the 2 inches I marked to the bust point. So I place my curve rule and I connect it to my bust point like so. So I'm curving my armhole now. And for my neckline, I'm going in here by 4 inches. So I'm doing 4 by 3.5 inches.
So I'm marking 4 inches here, and this down part is 3.5. So 4 by 3.5 inches. That's for my neckline. So from the chest line, I'll be going up by 2 inches. So I want my cup to be well covered. So this place now depends on your preference, how you want your own to be. If you want, your cleavage to be shown, you can do either 1 or 1.5, but I want mine to be very covered. So mine is 2 inches. I'm going in by 2 inches. So from there, I connect it down to my armhole. So from this center, you connect it also down to the other side of your chest line, like so. So that's what I did. From that same curve, I come down again to my chest line on the other side. For this place now, on this chest line, I'll be going in by 1/2 inch here. And so I'll connect it down to my bust point here. So on this chest line, I'm going to extend the lines up to touch the curve I have up there. So from the chest line, the place I marked for 4 inches, I extend it up. Likewise, the 1/2 inch I marked by the side, I'll extend the both lines up to touch the curve. Next thing I'll do is to determine the depth of my yoke. So I want the depth of my yoke to stop at my bust point. So that is where I want it to stop, and I've gone ahead to mark it now. You just have to curve it. I used my free hand to curve this. So from the curve up, you mark it, you curve down to the bust point. Some people go down from their underbust, but I just want mine to stop at the underbust. So I'll start taking my measurements now. My bust point, I'll be taking my bust measurement. The bust I'm working with is 35 inches. So 35 inches divided by 4 will give us 8.75. So I mark it here, and then I'll add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. And for my waist is 7.28 divided by 4 will give us 7 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark the 7 inches here now. Then remember these 2 inches from the dart, so I will transfer it up here. So the 2 inches from the dart here, I've added it, and then I'll add extra 2 inches for my sewing allowance. Now I'm connecting everything again with my ruler. So I'm using this white chalk so it will be easier for us to see what I'm doing. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Thank you. From my armhole, I go in by 1/2 inch for my shoulder slant. I almost forgot that. Don't forget to add your shoulder slant. The shoulder is not straight, it is slanted, so do not forget that. So after cutting, this is how it came out, guys. Okay, So this is how it's going to look like. For this yoke now, I'm going to use it to cut my net. So this yoke will serve as the net. I'll use it to cut my net. So for this center part now, these two, I had to cut it into two so it will be easy for me while sewing it. Over here, what you're seeing is my lining and my material. So I've put gum stay on my lining and my material too, and also my wording. I'm using wording for this cloth. I'm not using a backup, so I'm using a wording for it. So some people actually put their wording only on their material, the fabric, and not lining, but I like putting mine on both. So this is my lace. I've cut the lace as well and I've put it on my fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and join everything together now. So this is it, guys. I'm done joining everything and this is how it looks like. And this is the back. See how neat it looks. So here comes the back part of the dress. So as you can see here, the back is open, but I have something that I'll use to cover the back. You know, it's going to have a loop. So this is the pieces I'll use for the back to cover the back. Guys, so for this back part, okay, I had to split the video into two because if I had added the two videos here, it would have been very long. It was almost like 50 something minutes video, and if you're like me that doesn't click on a very long videos on YouTube, then you'll be sure to know that this video not all might watch it. So I had to split the video into two. Okay, so the back part, the tutorial for the back part is here. I'll be dropping it to, and I might link the video, I might drop the link below so it will help us to access it faster. So I had to do this just so the video won't be too long, okay? So on the back part, I also added the down part, how I made the down part. So you will see the finishing and how it all went down.